So if you're a local business owner and you're struggling to get leads or you're paying too much amount of money in running ads to get in qualified leads for your business, this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through the process of how I was able to generate 16 leads from this single page website with the cost of less than $100 and how you can implement the same thing for your business with customers actively searching for your services on Google and you're showing up for relevant searches on the first page of Google and they're clicking on the form and calling your phone number on the website and you're getting booked. So I want to tell you a story about the plumber I met last month. His name is David. He was spending $2,000 every single month on Google Ads. 2,000, you know what he was getting? Bad leads. People who just want free quotes, people who never call back, people who aren't ready to hire him. He looked exhausted. He told me something I will never forget. He said, I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel. The more I spend, the worse it gets. This sounds familiar. So basically, a lot of businesses are out there. They're trying to get clients booked for their businesses. They are running Google Ads. They must have paid someone, a professional or so, to do this. But most persons who actually click on the first page of Google, because once you're running Google Ads, the first thing you see is a sponsor section right here. So a lot of persons are often searching for these services to see exactly how the landing pages are. And each person that clicks on this, you kind of start losing money, even without the customers actually converting. So in this video, we'll skip through all of this sponsored ad section. We'll skip through this Google business profile section, and this is the links. This is where we want you to rank organically. And you might kind of wonder, is this still possible after having so much ads here, 4 sponsored ads here, in addition to the Google business profile map section that is here and ranking here? Of course, it's very possible, and that's how we're able to generate this number of leads from this single website here. And this is a screenshot of the lead that came in, and this one just came in recently in October. So here's the problem about what most of you business owners are actually facing. Here's the thing about paying for every single click. You're renting your leads from Google every single month. You wake up stressed. You don't know if today is the day Google raises the prices on you, and they always do. Your cost keeps going up, your lead quality keeps going down. Most business owners I talk to, they're throwing money at ads because they think that's the only way. They don't know there's a different path. Let me paint you a picture. You've got a business, you're good at what you do, plumbing, roofing, HVAC, landscaping, doesn't matter. But getting customers, that feels almost like impossible without running ads. You spend 1,000, you get 5 leads. 2 might call back, 1 might actually hire you. The next month, Google charges you more. Your 5 leads now cost you $1,500. You're trapped. You can't stop spending because nobody calls. But you can't keep spending because your profit disappears. Your phone stops ringing organically years ago. Google changed everything. You got used to paying, but deep down you know something is wrong. What if I told you there's a way to get calls without paying Google every single month? Not in 5 years, not in a year. In about 90 days, you could start seeing results. So basically, when people searches for your services here, you see about this sponsored section. These are lots of businesses trying to compete for the same spot. So Google tends to now increase the prices based on the competition they have in the market. So each person is trying to compete for the particular keyword or for the particular service in that area. So it tends to raise the cost per lead. And if you're not ranking right here, because most of the businesses are actually getting most of the calls from ranking in this map section. So if you are spending too much here, you want to focus majorly on the Google business profile because this gets you the number of calls, high value calls that you're going to be getting. But if you can't do that still, or you save multiple locations and you want to rank in neighboring cities, your best bet is the organic search, which begins from here, number position 1, 2, and 3. This is the spot you want to target for most of your website. In our case study, this is our website here. It's sitting on the first page of Google with just less than $100 to get started. And I'm going to walk you exactly what we did about the page that make it so easy for Google to actually get it ranked. The first thing we did was included our title tag. Our title tag is basically this thing you see on Google here for this website of mine. Sorry. So basically, our title tag is this first section you see when you open your browser and type a service. That's the title tag. In this case, the best 10 gutter service in McKinney, Texas. is the title tag for this Yelp page. And this is as gutter installation, repair, cleaning, McKinney. So you want to first include the core services you render, which is gutter installation, then other similar services you render within the same niche: repair, cleaning, replacement, downspout, whatever. You include all of them in your title tag. You can take as many space as possible and also include the city in which you service them. And whoa, that's the second thing we did. The very first thing we did was get an exact match domain. So what do we refer to as an exact match domain? So an exact match domain simply means you including the service you render and the city in which you render the service in the domain of this particular website. So basically, that's all you're going to do to actually see results from this website. And that's the first thing we did. And the second was the title tag you saw. The third is the headline tag, which you still have to include your core services you render and the city in which you render the services in. Then the first paragraph immediately after the headline, you also want to include the core service you render and other services you render and the city in which you render the services in. And basically, you're done with this first part of the optimization process. The next part is for you to talk about the services you offer in this particular location. So in our case, it's gutter installation, gutter replacement, gutter repair, gutter cleaning, downspout installation and repair, gutter guards installation. And you simply want to talk and you simply want to write briefly about each of the services, maybe a two-liner, and that's okay. In our case, we went too far, but for some reason, Google loved it and it got us ranking on the first page of Google for multiple queries, and hence we're able to get so many leads. Then the next thing we did was actually talk about why they should hire us. There are a lot of markers you need to put in place here. You need to include the city you serve. If you're insured, you include it there. If you're licensed, you include it there. If you have trained professionals, if you have certifications, if you have any form of award from your city or from any context you did, if you've been in business for quite a long time, if you partnered with other local businesses, you want to include it in this section, and how reputable your company is, your staffing, how on time you're able to show up. This is where you want to include all of those things. So it gives that trust signal to Google, and also to use as well coming to your website to understand that this is an actual business and they are out to deliver quality services to your clients. And the other thing we made sure we did was answer frequently asked questions. If you go over some of the queries that most local users who are looking for gutter installation in McKinney, if you're searching, you will see a section that talks about people also ask. So these are similar questions you want to include on your website. For example, here it says, how much does it cost to put up new guttering? So this is a generic kind of question. You want to make it local to your website. So in this case, you would say, how much does it cost to put up new guttering in McKinney? How much is 200 linear feet of gutters in McKinney? Should I replace 20-year-old gutters in McKinney? So you want to actually narrow this down to your specific city in which you service. And the last you could do is also include the zip code you serve. And you could go further by also including landmarks within the content overall that you write on this website. Then if you have a Google Business Profile, you want to be sure to include a map embed and also implement local schema on your home page. And basically, this is all we did to get this website ranking. This is for the on page. But you want to send a positive signal to Google to let them know that you are out for business, that you are a business that is recognizable. And how do you do this? You actually do this with by listing your businesses in local citation. Google Business Profile being the chief of them, and also Bing Profile. So you want to list your businesses in multiple directories like Yelp, Foursquare, Manta. I have a list of 400 websites you could get your business listed on. You can do this yourself by just going on the main page and registering, or you could actually hire someone on Fiverr. This is the guy I use, Mohammed Wahi. He does this for $75 for 400 citations. And basically, this is all we did. Remember, I said I bought the domain. The domain cost just $15 a pop. $15, and the citations is just $75. That is $90. That's all we did to generate 16 quality leads from this website. That's basically all we did. Mind you, we don't have an active phone number on this website. This phone number does not work and it has not been working over a year right now. So if the phone number were to be working, we would have even triple or double this number of leads that actually came in, because a lot of persons actually went and filled out this form that we placed on the website. How many people really do fill out forms on website these days? Not so much. So you could see how a lot of customers are actually looking for contractors to fulfill their service. So whichever niche that you are in, this same system works perfectly for you. So another thing we could have done in our case was also kind of strengthen the authority of our website. Is we could have issued out a press release. This gets us more links. So press release is basically a news article that informs the public about a new system within your company. It could be you're branching out into new locations. You want to let the public know. By doing this, you get listed on multiple news websites, including NBC, CBS, Fox, Yahoo, as the case may be, depending on the plan you buy. But the major one would want you to actually get is the one of $70 that gets you 450 guaranteed placement. And if we would have done this, this would have also help us rank higher in search for most of the keywords that we are actually targeting for. So it's something you can do. Hence, we are saying if you spend at most $224, you should be able to get this done. So I'll quickly run through exactly what we did with this website. So I said we built out this gutter installation website, not fancy, just one page like you've seen I've shown you. Cost basically nothing to start. So let me show you actually how the timeline went. And this is the website itself. We started websites on the 1st of November of 2024, and this is the 1st of November 2025. That is a year and a day old website. In total, we were able to generate 16 leads, and total investment you would spend if you were to do this is $240. And I'm going to break this down. We did ours with less than $100. So the domain itself cost $15. So we bought an exact match domain because Google just asks it. That's how it has been, and Google has just been hammering on it, and we're going to use that to our advantage and help your business also. So we have an hosting plan. You could get a very cheap hosting plan for $2 a month. That equates to $24 a year. And you could get citations like we've shown you for $75. You get them submitted over 400 directories on free and paid ones to tell Google that you're a real business. We issue out a press release for $70. We announce the business online so search engine can pick them up faster. Then we got to index most of these links such that Google is able to now understand and pick these links and get your website ranked. All of the content we did was generated with ChatGPT. I had a subscription before, so that's why I didn't include it in my costs. And exactly that's how we're able to get ours for less than $100. But if you have to do this yourself, you'll do this for basically $224. No labor, no fancy design, no team. And by January of 2025, we got our very first lead. January of 2025, we got our first lead from a site we ran in November, 1st of November. We got our first lead 3 months later. So by the end of the year, we had 16 qualified leads, 16 actual people who wanted to hire Gutter Business, not tire kickers, real customers. And now, here's what's wild. If we had an active phone number on the site, like I said, our research shows that we would have gotten 32 more leads or even triple that number of leads. But even with just form fields, we got 16, all organic, no ads, just Google search results. Now let me show you why this matters so much on Google. And there are 3 spots that actually show, like I've shown you just now. There are 3 spots that actually show up on Google. The first is the sponsored section. The second is the local map section, and then you now have all of this organic search section. So this organic search section is where I'm pointing us to, and this is where you want to get your website ranked. And this is most valuable for local businesses who have websites just sitting down there, and it's not generating any leads per month, and you're paying administration fees, you're paying hosting fees. It's just there more of like a sample collecting dust. So it's not something you want for your business. You want your website to be active and generating clients for you, and that is why we are showing you exact method we're able to do this as a case study. So how can we scale this in total? So here's what most persons get wrong. They build one website, then try to add pages for other cities they service, and they think they'll add them on one domain. Why these work? Because Like you can see, Yelp is ranking for Goddess McKinney. Yelp is a very big, popular directory, local directory site. It's ranking for Goddess service in McKinney. But you can see our single page website with literally no authority whatsoever. It's ranking just below Yelp for this specific keyword. The other keywords, the other keywords you will type in that our website ranks above Yelp, above this very high authority website like Handyman, Texas Painting, Lois, Brothers that just do gutters, and many other businesses. It ranks way above them. Google loves this kind of website. So what you want to do in this case is you want to kind of build out separate websites for each of the locations that you're servicing. So if you're servicing Ireland, you want to build out guttersireland.texas.com, Gutters Prosper, Texas, Gutters Princeton, Texas, each one for each of the cities you render. So like in our case, if you look at the map section here for the map of McKinney, look at the map of McKinney, you will see surrounding cities that are surrounding McKinney. Prosper, New Hope, Lowry Crossing, Little M, Frisco, Princeton. So those are the kind of cities you want to target. But if you're doing this, it is most advisable for you to build micro niche websites for each of these cities because Google loves the exact match domain. It loves that everybody is actually doing this stuff, and it's going to rank you high on Google as against you dumping all of those locations on one single website. So let me show you how powerful this is. So one site, one city, 2 to 5 leads a month. Once it ranks, multiply that by 7 cities. You're looking at 14 to 35 leads every month. From organic search, no ads. Each site has homepage targeting that specific location. We are filling up Google's first page, first position, second position, third position. They are all pointing back to your business. Therefore means all road leads back to Rome. Your competitor is trying to add location pages to one site. It's an uphill battle. Google rewards the homepage focus. Small business website beats Yelp, Angie's List, beats franchise site like I've shown you in my case study right here. So here's the structure that we use for micro websites. We have our own page. So unlike our case study that we had just one page, which is the home page, you also want to have separate individual pages for each of the services you render. Like gutter repair would have its own page, gutter replacement is own page. Then location pages you want to have. Even so, if you're building this one here, like I said, Google does not favor inner pages as much, but you also want to build them out. At the end of the day, you get more ranking positions. So for near Princeton, you want to include all of those services that you target. Then you also want to create kind of blog post that talks about maintenance that further strengthens the authority of your website in the eyes of Google and also help readers make informed decisions if they are to choose your service. So total per microsite, you could be getting anywhere between 13 to 50 13 to 50 pages per website. So each microsite works independently. Homepage ranks for gutter installation, Ireland, or whatever city it is you're servicing. This works in any niche. So if you're a dentist, you say dentist in Ireland, dentist in Princeton. So this works for whatever niche it is you're targeting. So the long-term value. Let me tell you now what happens. We don't just build this site and disappear. That would be a very lazy thing, and it's not something we do. We manage a Google business profile every week. We respond to reviews. We post updates. We add photos. We stay current with Google's changes. We build review reputation system, automatically collects reviews for you even while you sleep. We set up call tracking. Each site gets its own phone number. When someone calls, they get texted. A follow-up sequence starts automatically. We close the deal with AI if we need to. We put an AI chat widget on your site, book appointments 24/7 even while you sleep. We stay on top of Google updates. We implement ethical tactics that work today, not old stuff that stopped working 3 years ago. We manage your reputation. We run campaigns for other services you offer. We turn on one lead into 10 because we are managing this relationship. And mind you, we're also featuring ourselves here on YouTube every day. So it means we're going to show up for your business every day. So what we can do for you right here, here's the honest truth. Paying for ads isn't wrong. It is working. If it works, keep doing it. But implement SEO at the same time. Build this site in the background. 6 months from now, 9 months from now, you start getting free leads on autopilot. Then you reduce your ad spend drastically. Then you reduce it more until you are barely spending anything. We have free spots open right now for a risk-free trial. Google Business Profile Optimization. If you don't have one, we're going to walk you through the exact system for you to get your Google Business Profile built out and approved. You only pay after you see results. Same resources we use for organic rankings also help with the map pack. You can start it. You can start do it yourself method for $224, like I've stated in the guide. You can always pause this video and go back, or we'll guide you. Leave your questions in the comment section, and we'll definitely going to answer them using a video and walk you through step by step on how to do it yourself. Or you can let us build this in your specific city and surrounding neighborhoods. We handle everything. We don't just take calls. We do everything, set up the AI system that books call for you automatically, and we'll maintain this relationship with you over time. Either way, you're 90 days away from consistent leads. Book a call with us in the description of this link below, and let's talk about your market, how competitive it is, and how we can narrow down this same specific method we've done for this local gutter business website for your site. No more paying per click, no more sleepless night wondering if you can afford the next ad months. Finally, leads that cost you nothing, and that's what we are going to build for you. So if you have questions, leave them in the comment in the section below, and we're going to answer them as much as we can. Like my videos, subscribe to my channel for more videos that are coming. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye.